Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today we're looking at your lucky numbers, and we're going to find out what messages Spirit has for you in regard to the numbers you may have been seeing repeatedly or the numbers you happened to choose today. So we have 3 groups for you to choose from, and we also have the 3 main cards from the cover image, so I will put those up on the screen as well. So we have group number 1 with 111, group number 2 with 777, and group number 3 with 444. So go ahead and choose the group or the multiple groups that resonate with you and use the timestamps linked in the description box or pinned in the comments below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings. If you do feel called to more than one, that's perfectly all right. Sometimes you may even be called to all of them. That just means there are messages there scattered throughout the readings that are meant for you. All right, so make your selection and we'll see you in your reading. All right, hi group number 1. If you chose 111, welcome to your lucky numbers reading. So in this card, it says 111, spiritual awakening. A new phase may be coming into your life that gives you a greater sense of confidence and self-worth. So looks like lots of positive new beginnings are happening for you. 111 is a code of awakening, so it does indicate new levels of consciousness, new beginnings, and all sorts of opportunities that are going to arise from positive new awareness and intention. So let's take a look at your cards and see what Spirit wants to tell you in regard to this new spiritual awakening. So you have number 29 with breathe. You have teacher, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I'm just going to butcher it, but you have teacher. You have nurture yourself, Mother Mary. And you have it's up to you. Okay, let me see if I can fit these in like this. So what I'm seeing so far, group number 1, is that there is something that you are learning at this time. Now, I know that it says teacher here, but I feel like you are learning something that is going to help you in the long run to be able to teach. So right now you may be called to just relax and focus on what you can do for yourself, breathing, nurturing yourself, making sure that you're taking care of you. It is up to you to do that. But it does feel like you will, in the process of this, be learning something really, really valuable that you can then turn around and share with other people. That's what I see here in this card with teacher. He's got this cup that is reminding me of the Ace of Cups, and he's offering it up. So it's like he's cultivated this self-love or this self-care, and he's now offering this to other people, or the information that will help them to do this as well, or to achieve this for themselves. That's what your card was talking about. It's coming into a greater sense of confidence and self-worth. So I think you're doing that through the connection to yourself here by taking time to just be with yourself, to listen to your needs and to meet them, knowing that it is up to you to do that, that you can ask for support from other people, but at the end of the day, it's you, and it's how you treat yourself that's going to dictate the types of relationships you have with others or how you're able to interact. So I do feel a big sense of advancement here. I do feel a big sense of spiritual enlightenment, I want to say. And 111 is a highly spiritual number, so it is about awakening, as we were seeing in the card. But I also feel like this is something that it's broadening your horizons in a really big way, and it may even be activating your third eye, because I do see in these 2 cards that both of these individuals have sort of a radiance around the third eye chakra area. And it's interesting because I do have a reading planned coming up for you guys later this week around third eye awakenings. So we will be looking at those as well. But I'm just getting the sense here that it possibly through meditation or through this expansion of consciousness or this increased self-worth and self-acceptance, I feel like you are seeing yourself more clearly. You're opening up to yourself in a big way. And in doing so, you're actually seeing the truth, which is what the third eye is all about. It is the energy of truth. So you're seeing beyond the duality of that, though, because there are many, many truths, right? Like there is technically everything is true and nothing is true if we're looking at it in that sense. But I see you kind of seeing yourself in a new light through a higher truth. Let's put it that way. So let's grab some tarot cards and find out some additional information about what this new phase of spiritual awakening is like for you, or what you're meant to be focusing on, perhaps what it's bringing you, or who you're becoming in the process, because that's kind of what I feel. It's like not so much about what you can achieve or what is coming to you. It's more like who you're becoming in the process. I do feel this one as well. Okay, let's look at these. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. This is perfect. So you can see there he's offering the cup up, and then here we have the Queen of Cups. And Mother Mary is very Queen of Cups energy. It's nurturing, self-nurturing, nurturing of others. This is a highly spiritual card as well. It's all about the emotional and the psychic realm. So a lot of confirmation from what we're seeing in the rest of your cards. You have the Five of Swords, the Ten of Cups. That's beautiful that this came up, because I did see it on the bottom of the deck when I was pre-shuffling the cards. So this is like an overarching theme, and it very much speaks to this nurturing energy. It's like this deep sense of emotional fulfillment that I'm seeing here and feeling. And then you have the Star. Wow. Yes. So this is kind of what I'm sensing here, is that you're not necessarily in the teacher position quite yet, although you're approaching it, but it's through this part of your life. It's through this phase of healing and self-nurturance and self-care and just emotional well-being that you're creating for yourself that's really going to put you in the position to be able to speak about this or to share this in some way. You do have the Magician as well. So you're manifesting in a very big way here. You also have the Page of Cups. Yeah, I do get the sense that you're learning something new. And you are starting something new, because with the Page and the Magician, these are both sort of beginning stage energies. And since you chose 111, you're most definitely at a beginning of something new. And you may be offered something that's going to help you to start this new journey. You may be seeking out information that will help you to start this journey. We'll see if we can get more information as I look at the cards. You have Strength. This is a healing journey, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. This is a healing journey if I ever saw one. It is a spiritual journey as well. Very, very sacred, very divinely guided. And you have the Four of Swords. So yeah, this is to do with rest, recuperation, meditation. I mean, you have the Breathe card and the Four of Swords. So both of these are really about meditation, contemplation, rest, rejuvenation. Especially with the Star card there too. That's rejuvenation for sure. So you're bringing your strength back. You are like reopening your heart in a big way and creating this sense of Ten of Cups energy. So Ten of Cups energy is like the ultimate completion of emotional fulfillment. So you've got yourself, you're there with your family, your friends, your loved ones are surrounding you. The scenery is beautiful. You feel completely full, and everything you need is right there. So that's the sense that I get. Like if you're not physically experiencing that within your external environment, it's like that's what you're creating for yourself on the inside. And that's what you're moving toward in this new phase of this journey, or this new beginning, I should say. I do feel like there will be a couple of challenges that you'll have to overcome to get to this level of being the teacher, or being able to make these changes happen in a way that's very supportive of you and your needs. The reason I say that is because you have the Five of Swords and you have the Strength card. So I feel like there's going to be something, I don't want to say it's like an obstacle per se. It just feels a little bit like a challenge that you'll have to overcome through some problem solving, or through the process of learning and applying this self-care and self-awareness and peace and focus and this expanded consciousness. It's like through meditation, the answers will come. That's what Spirit just said. Through meditation, the answers will come. So it's by connecting to yourself and getting very clear mentally and emotionally and energetically, that's going to help you to find the solution and the strength to be able to overcome anything that does happen to stand in your path. Let me just feel into this obstacle so that we can get more information on it. Oh, interesting. They said the challenge will be in regard to the self's ability to take charge. And since we do have It's Up to You, I can see what they're talking about here. So this is your ability to take the lead in your own life and to take charge of a situation. Maybe there's other people involved here that have differing opinions or viewpoints than you. And the challenge here is for you to step up through your confidence and through that improved self-worth that you've managed to cultivate through self-care. That's going to allow you to kind of address the situation head on rather than skirting around or sugarcoating or beating around the bush. It's like you're able to directly set some boundaries here, communicate your needs, or set a limit if that's what's needing to happen here. This is part of this process because it is teaching you to nurture yourself. It's basically like if you can learn to stand up for yourself, if you can learn to take care of yourself in this way, it is an affirmation of self-love, and it's part of this process. It's part of this self-nurturance. It's the healing that you're here to do. So part of it is behind the scenes, healing on your own when you're in a state of peace and calm and you're on your own and you're just focusing on what you're feeling or what you're thinking or what you're needing. And then the other half of this is how you interact with the outside world and set limits with them to make sure that you're caring for yourself in the way that you need. Making sure that if you feel a certain way that you speak up about it right away, that you don't kind of shove it down and repress it and then build resentment towards this person or situation because you've neglected yourself in the process of trying to appease or please other people, or just to not have them be upset in some way, right? So it's this sort of balancing act that I see you learning here and applying, but ultimately it is for your benefit to be able to understand your needs. All of this is really revolving around you being able to understand your own needs, which is going to build confidence and, as they said in your significator card, self-worth as well. Okay, so now what I want to do is grab one of the astro dice, just the one with the numbers on it, and we're going to roll this a few times to get some additional lucky numbers for you. Okay, so you have the number 9. 9 is a very spiritual number. This is a completion. So it's often common to see 9s and 1s together when you're going through some kind of a closure and a new beginning. So it's the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one, 9 being the ending, 1 being the beginning. There is usually a 10 in between there, but the 9 is kind of like getting closure. It's also a very humanitarian and service to others type of energy. So it's very much concerned with the collective, humanitarianism, philanthropy, those types of energies. So that could be something that you end up teaching people, these ways of nurturing or caring or loving themselves. Maybe it's through breath work, maybe it's through emotional healing, maybe it's through manifestation, maybe it's through talk therapy or physical strength building, maybe it's through some kind of emotional healing or reparenting. Whatever it happens to be, it's like you learn this and you apply it for yourself, you transform and heal yourself and your own life, and then you go out and you want to teach that to others because you understand how valuable it is and also how many people really, really need it and how much it helped you. Okay, so number 9 there. You have 7. I just got the indication that you guys might want to check out the second reading, which was 777. So 7 is a highly spiritual number as well. This is really, I see 7s as like alignment and spiritual learning. So you're in alignment, you are going down the path that suits you best, and it's going to bring you a lot of spiritual enlightenment, awareness, and information. So when 7s start showing up for you, you want to pay attention to first of all, they're also lucky. So it's a lucky number in and of itself. And that's what we're looking at here, lucky numbers. But 7 can also be about, it's like the alignment that brings the luck, basically. And I love the analogy or the scene in Harry Potter when he takes the Felix Felicis, which is liquid luck. And that whole time that he's on the potion is very much what it's like to be in spiritual alignment. Everything just works out. You have an intuitive feeling of what you need to do, even if logically you've planned something else. You know where you need to go, and everything it aligns. Everything just works out and synchronistically plays out in the way that is going to serve the ultimate outcome or goal or of your own spiritual growth. What you need will present itself to you. So that's what I'm seeing here with number 7, is that you are going to be in a position where you can trust and receive and go with the flow of the universe because you're in alignment, you're learning things as you go, and again, you're going to be able to teach those to others. Okay, and one more, number 3. So 3 is to do with expression, expansion, creativity. It can be about working with other people as well, so community. 3s have a really great ability to kind of bring us together with people in groups, or a sense of community, or just having a feeling of collaboration, being able to kind of get along with people and work together towards a common goal. I think that if any of the challenges arise here in this new beginning for you, or on this path that are to do with other people, you will be able to overcome them. I see that here with the number 3. 3 is also connected to the Ascended Masters. So these are individuals who have lived and walked on earth and have, through their spiritual path, gained a level of consciousness that no longer requires them to reincarnate. And then they go on to be guides for others. So again, I see this energy of you walking this path, learning these lessons through your own human experiences, applying this spiritual wisdom and knowledge, and then being able to turn around and teach others in some way, like a real life spirit guide, here in the flesh. So that is what I see for you, group number 1. Beautiful reading. Looks like there's a lot of positive things coming on your spiritual path right now, and you are seriously doing some major healing, self-development, increasing your self-confidence and self-worth, and then you're going to be able to share that with the world in a truly divinely guided and aligned way. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you sharing your energy here in the readings, and I hope that you enjoyed them. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. If you chose 777, this is going to be your reading. So you chose 777, which says rewards. You are on the right path to achieve success. Great rewards are coming your way for your efforts. So 7s are very aligned spiritual numbers. I always see 7s as an indication that I'm on the right path, that things are really opening up for me, that I'm learning my spiritual lessons, and that as a result of that alignment, there's going to be a manifestation of quote unquote good luck. So essentially the 7s are really just a sense of alignment. And I was actually just mentioning this in group number 1 as well, because they rolled a 7 on the Astro Dice. And I likened the feeling of alignment to the scene in Harry Potter when he drinks Felix Felicis. So if you guys haven't seen that or read the books, I highly recommend them. Obviously, they're my favorite. But in that scene, Harry drinks the potion and it's liquid luck. And so he all of a sudden is just extremely lucky. And even though they have a conscious plan of what they're intending to do, he's like, no, I think I'm just going to go down and see Hagrid, and they're like, wait, but you're supposed to be doing this. And he's like, I've just got a good feeling about it. That's what alignment is like. You just get the feeling and the knowing where you're meant to be, what you're meant to be doing, and you follow it, even though it may not make logical sense. And then you end up having the result and the outcome that is most aligned, and that is often the most desired. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here for you at this phase of your spiritual journey, group number 2. You're in alignment, you've been in alignment, and you've been kind of staying in alignment to a fairly high degree. And as a result of that, there's going to be some positive outcomes, or should I say positive results of the actions you've put in, which is the maintenance of that high frequency aligned expression of yourself. So let's take a look at your cards. You have Clean It Up with number 21. Oops. You have Right with Thoth. You have Take Charge of This Situation, Moses. And you have Recovery. Okay, so kind of similar energy to group number 1. I do feel like you guys are in a phase of your journey right now where you have been doing some healing. I think that's why you've gotten yourself into alignment in this way. You've been, cleaning it up. You've been recovering. You've been healing. You've been focusing on things that need to be dealt with. You've been taking charge of the situation. You've kind of, they're showing me like Moses here parting the Red Sea. And I feel like you guys have really stepped into your power in a big, big way. And as a result, you have exerted that power in a way that you maybe didn't think that you could in the past. And I see that you have a lot of spiritual support. I see that you have a lot of guides around you that are helping you out here. Because the more you get into alignment, the more support that you can attract is kind of what they're showing me here. It's like, when you're in alignment, you are on the same frequency bandwidth as these beings that seek to support you and help you and serve you on your journey. And so you can connect to them more and they can connect to you more as well. So the more that you clean up your energy field, the more that you clean up your life is actually what Spirit just said, not just your energy. It's like your life. When you're cleaning up your life, you're taking care of the things that have been swept under the rug. They need to be pulled out. They need to be organized, released, cleared, whatever needs to happen. I really see you being open to and creating openings toward things that are going to serve you very, very well. Where there was no path, you are creating one. Now with Thoth here, one of the first clairaudient messages that I had was the words Hermes Trismegistus, and I didn't know what that meant, so I Googled it. Turns out it is associated with Thoth, and Hermes was the one who wrote about the laws of the universe and the principles of, what is it? Cause and effect. The 7 laws, I think it was something along those lines. I know them through experience, not necessarily through study. But anyway, Thoth here is a teacher. Thoth is also somebody who communicates. So it's all about the information that you're needing. So 7s can also be a highly spiritual number about learning and looking and seeking information that is of a spiritual nature. So it could be reading, the Emerald Tablets, or reading the Kybalion. Kybalion? Am I saying that? I'm probably saying that wrong, sorry. But it could be reading like the Keys of Enoch or something like that. So some kind of a sacred text that was written down and holds a lot of spiritual knowledge that can help you to clean yourself and your life up, or to recover in some way here. Recovering your strength, recovering your power, recovering your sacred path. That's what I'm seeing. So it feels like this is ancient knowledge from the past, because both of these ascended masters, Moses and Thoth, are from the past, and they helped to guide people. Both of them were guides. Both of them actually wrote scripture down. I mean, Thoth wrote the Emerald Tablets, and Moses wrote the 10 Commandments. Am I getting that right? So it's interesting that both of these individuals wrote sacred information on stone tablets of some kind. So again, there's something that you're learning that's going to be set in stone. Ah, okay. Yeah, so there's something that you are learning, or information that you are acquiring in some way, that is going to stand the test of time. It's ancient knowledge, it's coming to you, and it's going to help to kind of create a foundation in your life that you can stand on. Because they're showing me here in this card, he's standing on this like rock plinth or something like that. It just feels like very, very solid. So I get the sense that you're going to be standing on much firmer ground than you ever have before, because you have this ancient knowledge to back up your actual experience and how you use your power in this life. And it's just going to feel very aligned, and things are going to start unfolding in a very synchronous, serendipitous type of way that shows you in real time the sort of mirrored effect of you being in alignment. So it's like the more you're in alignment, the more things flow. The more things flow, the more you're in alignment. And it's a positive feedback loop that you're going to be finding yourself in, which is great. So let's get some cards here. I want to get clarifiers from the tarot. So for group number 2, Spirit, what else is going on in this phase of theirs? What else do they need to know? Oh, wow. Okay. About this particular spiritual phase that they're in, and what this part of their life journey is all about. Do you feel that one? Wow, okay. You may be recovering from some pain here, some grief and strife and stress and feeling stuck. Take those two and then we'll see what you've got here. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. I see the Queen of Swords underneath here too. So you guys have a lot of powerful energy, and that's what I was seeing with these two Ascended Masters as well. It's like you're taking the lead on something. Yeah, you're taking charge of this situation. You're taking the lead. You're striving forward very directly. Okay, so you have the Queen of Swords, and this is very much to do with the mental realm and communication. So when I see the Queen of Swords, I feel like you guys are channeling information in some way, whether you're writing it down or you're receiving it from written work. It's like you're being guided synchronistically toward information that's going to expand your mind and help you to level up in this way. It's like you are, through alignment, being drawn to the information that will serve you and also drawing that information to you. So I see it like it's a two-way street. You also have the Eight of Swords now, or sorry, this is the Eight of Swords. This is the Three of Swords. I don't know why my mind just went Eight of Swords with this card. So I think these two are meant to be connected here. These are probably two kind of parts of the same equation. So the Three of Swords and the Eight of Swords here are talking about some kind of a pain, a struggle, an emotional wound that has kept you stuck in some way in the past. And I see you're challenging this equation. You're seeing yourself differently. You are, through the spiritual knowledge you've acquired, cleaning it up. So if you've had swords in your heart, if you felt like you didn't have a way out of this situation, or you were just going to always feel this way, you're like, no, I'm taking charge. I'm not going to allow this to happen. I'm going to seek out the information. I'm going to take the actions I need to take, and I'm going to get myself out of this position of enslavement. Because even Moses, didn't he free the slaves? Didn't he take them out through the desert or something like that? So I feel like you guys are going to be finding your way, and you're doing it for yourself. You're leading yourself out of a situation where you felt like there was no path, but you're making one, especially since these two are falling right on top of each other. You're making a way by taking charge of the situation, learning what you need to learn, and then applying it. You have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is also speaking to me about learning, but it's like self-applied learning. That's what I'm seeing here. So I feel like the learning that you're doing is very, very intuitive and self-directed. So it's not necessarily the type of learning where you go to class or you take a course or something like that. This is much more intuitive, self-directed learning. It could be just through your experience alone. It could be channeled directly from spirit. But this could also be, that again, you're finding books or you're finding written words or information that serves you along the way, but it's not in a structured format. It's kind of like you just happen to be called to this book when you're passing by a library or something like that, or you happen to be called to a book that you have on your shelf and you haven't looked at it in years. It's that kind of thing where it's not structured, it's highly intuitive and self-directed. You have the Five of Pentacles. So you are most definitely in recovery from past problems. I see this as wounds from the past that have come back around many, many times over, and you've been struggling with them for years. And now you're saying, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm not going to let this have control over my life. Even if it's a physical health issue or a mental health issue or a financial health issue, you're like, I'm not going to let this rule me. I'm not going to let this repeat. And it's through this determination of your will that you are cleaning it up, that you are taking the actions, you're seeking the knowledge. Even just making that decision puts you into alignment, because by saying, I'm not going to abide this anymore, it's like torture. I'm not going to let myself be in this. I'm going to get myself out. And then spirit can kind of start reworking things around you to help you to get the tools you need to be able to do that. So it's as soon as you make the decision, things start to shift, and then the opportunities present themselves. And then it's really up to you to take charge and to, heed that information, that guidance, learn that information, apply it, practice it, keep trying, fail, and then get back up and try again. It's like you just kind of, you're not giving up here. You are taking charge. Yeah. Look at that. Love it. 7 of Wands. So that's it. You're taking charge. You're saying no more. I'm not going to let these challenges from the past have power over me. I'm going to take the high ground here. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to do what I need to do to get myself out of this situation. Beautiful. And the Hierophant. This is like the teacher. This is the spiritual wisdom that we're talking about here. But again, I don't feel like it's structured. I don't feel like it's in a traditional sense. I feel like you're learning in a very non-traditional, self-directed way. Maybe you're just Googling things. Maybe you're watching YouTube videos. Maybe you're drawn to specific people and they have information that they happen to share just in passing in conversation. It's these types of things that I'm seeing in this part of your journey. And I really see that, again, it's very much an alignment. So pay attention to those things that come up. You're being guided every single step of the way here. And you are kind of, you've had to face a lot of your darkness. You've had to take charge and, take that duster in your hand and say, I'm going to clean this up because I don't want to live in this environment that is all dusty and musty. I'm going to clean it up because I deserve to feel free. 8 of Swords is like being trapped. So you deserve to feel free. You are freeing yourself. You are taking the lead and putting yourself in a position that opens you up to all the possibilities of the universe being there to support you. And I think that's a big part of this recovery as well. I mean, in the past, you may have felt hopeless or devoid of direction or purpose. And I feel like you just being able to say, I'm not going to do this anymore in this way, and I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to keep trying, and I'm going to keep striving for better. I feel like the universe is like clapping for you and saying, yes, that's what we wanted out of you this whole time. And they're showing me the scene in, what is it called? Bridesmaids. Yeah, the scene in Bridesmaids when, what is her name? Melissa McCarthy. I can't remember the character's name, but Melissa McCarthy is on top of the main character, and she's on top of Annie, and she's like having her hit herself, and she's, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? I'm life, Annie. Life keeps hitting you. I'm trying to get you to fight for your crappy life, and she pisses her off enough, like she hits her enough times that finally she defends herself and she fights back. And then she starts getting her life back together again. It's like things had really fallen apart and she had gone into that feeling of victimized, or that victim mentality where it's like her boyfriend left her, her business went under, she wasn't doing well financially. She had to live with roommates, and then eventually she had to move back in with her mom, and then her friend's getting married. It's just like all of these things in her life were not going her way. But it was the moment that she decided to fight for that life and to make a change for the better, everything started turning around, and she was more open to opportunities and connections and asking for what she needed and finding it along the way. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I hope it's not that intense as it is in Bridesmaids, because yeah, she does go through a pretty major upheaval in her life and dark night of the soul moment and things like that. But I definitely see you guys learning a lot through this experience and stepping up in a really big way that helps you to expand your mind, get into alignment spiritually, and walk the path with confidence. Like I see you really just not backing down. You're fighting for your life, and you as you should. You deserve to do that. You deserve to live a life that is aligned with you, and that means taking charge of the situation, learning what you can, doing what you can, and freeing yourself from any of the restraints that this tricky energy of the 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and 8 of Swords have brought, in the past. You're moving away from it, and you're getting so much spiritual support to do that. So let's take a look at your numbers, group number 2. So we're going to use the Astro Dice to just roll a couple of times and get some additional numbers for you. So these are lucky numbers for you to work with. You have number 3. So group number 1 had number 3 as well. There's definitely some connections between these two. They're different but similar. But number 3 here is the Ascended Masters. It's Thoth and Moses specifically here in your reading, but any other Ascended Masters that are wanting to teach you, support you, and guide you on your path. So be open to any Ascended Masters that come up for you. That's really what I'm seeing here. But 3 can also be about expression, creativity, expansion, and new beginnings in creative projects, especially if they involve working within groups or collaboration or some kind of connection to a community. So pay attention or be mindful to those types of situations or opportunities as they arise, because they may be divinely guided and they will help you to reach your goals. Okay, so second number here, Number two is about partnership, balance, and equanimity is what I just heard too, the word equanimity. So I feel like you guys are learning to balance things out here, what you need versus what other people need, what you have to offer versus what other people have to offer you. I feel like two here is also about you finding a way to create balance in your life. I feel like there was something that was really out of whack, and this two energy has been surrounding you for a while now, is what I'm getting the sense of. And in that, it's helping you to uncover those dust bunnies and to start cleaning them out, because that's what's bringing more balance into your life. Yeah, they're showing me that in the movie Totoro, when they move into the new house and there's all those dust bunnies lurking all over the house, and the soot sprites, and they go through and they're cleaning everything out, clean it up. So getting all of that old energy out so that you can welcome in the fresh new energy. And the best way to do that in the movie was laughter. They're like, soot sprites don't like laughter. They want everything to be dull and dark. So and dusty and musty. So it's like by laughing, you're reinvigorating, you're bringing that energy back and revitalizing and helping that recovery process to take place. So for whatever reason, that's what's coming up is incorporating laughter here. It could be with other people, because I know that just for myself, like I laugh so much more when I'm with other people. I laugh when I'm with myself too. I make myself laugh and I love that. But it's fun to laugh with other people. So that's kind of something I'm seeing as well. All right, let's get your last number here, group number 2. Oh yeah, and I forgot your group number 2, and you had number 2. And you have 12 as well. So 1s and 2s could be significant. It's kind of like you're progressing, you're moving from one step to the next step and then the next. So yeah, you've got 1, 2, and 3, not in that order, but yeah, it's like this progression. So you're moving forward, you're taking new actions, you're taking charge of the situation, you're leading yourself and your life. You are creating more balance and harmony, especially within your relationships, partnerships, and how you create balance in your actions and inactions. And then 3 is community connection. I just got the word communication as well. The 3rd house rules communication, short distance travel, and connections. So yeah, the information here that's coming in through other people could be very significant. So through the Ascended Masters, yes, but also through other people. I get the sense that you're going to have a lot of support from like real life earth angels and soul family members, and just people who are kind of plopped into your path to give you information you need. And that's going to be really helpful as well. All right, so that is what I see for you, group number 2. Looks like a lot of positive things opening up for you on this pathway of alignment. As you recover and clean things up and clear out the old, you are going to be guided to the information and the supportive people that you need in your life to be able to learn these spiritual lessons, apply them with practice, and empower yourself and others in the process. So much love to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I so greatly appreciate you lending your energy to these readings and contributing to the collective healing that we're all here to do. So I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 3. If you chose 444, then this is going to be your reading. So your card says 444 support. The universe is supporting you. Angels are all around and guarding you. So 444 is often an energy of protection and support, as it says in the card. The angels are always associated with 4s as well, and I always associate personally 4s with stability. So it's like about structure, organization, routine, having something that is very stable in your life that gives you that sense of support as well. So it's not always support from the outside. Sometimes it's the support that you can create for yourself through systems, structures, and organization. So let's take a look at your cards and see what is coming up in relation to this lucky number 444. So you have poised, number 48. I'm really noticing the pedestal there. It's like the stability that she's standing on. Again, it's like some kind of a structure that lends some stability to your life. You have crystals, Epona. Ooh, fertility, Pan. And no need to worry. Oh, that's good. Okay, so yeah, it feels like the protection and the support that you're bringing, or that you're getting right now, is causing you to feel a little bit more at ease and a little bit easier to relax, is what I'm feeling here. You have these two energies here reminding me of like very relaxed, easygoing lifestyle. That's what I feel. It's like maybe there's some structure that's coming into your life that's actually allowing you to be less structured. Ironically, it's like you have more freedom, you have more time, you have more ability to just relax and indulge and not worry. But I do see that you're poised on the verge of something here. So there's something that's about to change that maybe hasn't yet. Or there's some big leap of faith that you're going to be taking in the near future. And you have 48 here with 4 and 8, so another 4, but also the number 8 talking about, I just heard 4 plus 4 equals 8. Yes, it does. Thank you, Spirit. So the 8 talking about, I was going to say something else, and then they gave me the word manifestation and creation. Usually I associate 8s with power and strength and abundance as well, but they're saying manifestation and creation. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. Let's get some clarifier cards from the tarot. So for group number 3, what else do they need to know here? What can we get some clarity on this support that's here right now? Okay, those 2. Page of Swords. 9 of Swords. Oof. So that's worry, and you have no need to worry. So if you've been worried, they're letting you know that there's no need to worry, that anything that you've been concerned about, you are right on the verge of achieving it, or you're right on the verge of seeing something that's going to really, really allow you to relax and just enjoy your life. Okay, we've got lots to go on here, so just get these up here. So yeah, you have the 9 of Swords, which is that worry, and then the Page of Swords, which is this clarity of thought that's breaking through some of this worry. So you might have an epiphany or some kind of a realization. Maybe it comes through working with crystals, meditating with a crystal that helps give you clarity of mind or something along those lines that opens up this awareness that can help this worry to really start to dissipate. Or maybe you learn something new. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. You have the 10 of Cups. This is so beautiful. I think group number 1 had this as well. So the 10 of Cups is the completion of an emotionally fulfilling cycle in your life. So you could be poised at the verge of really having this sense of fulfillment and achievement and stability. Because in the background, the first thing they drew my attention to visually was this house. So it's like the stability, the structure that allows this family to have this sense of safety and security, which is what allows them to feel so abundant and fulfilled and happy. So without that safety, it's really hard to achieve that level of happiness, because you're constantly worried. How am I going to pay the rent, or how am I going to pay the mortgage, or what I have to move, and like all of these things when it comes to the stability in your life, preventing you perhaps, or impeding your sense of your own fertility, or that sense of accomplishment, or even just the fear around not being able to have that sense of stability. Wow, you can't make this stuff up. You got the 10 of Pentacles as well. So not only do you have the emotional fulfillment, completion and culmination card, you also have the financial fulfillment and completion card. So this is the stability. This is the long-term stable structure. Look at he lives within this magnificent castle. He's got all the money. He's an elderly man. He's built this wealth for himself and his family. And it's like we see the emotional security, and we also see the financial security. So if you've been worried about money or family, or just anything to do with the stability and structure in your life, they're saying don't worry about it. This new information is coming in to help you. This is a very fertile time that you're about to enter into. You're poised right on the verge of it. You may not even see this coming, but there's something coming right around the corner is what Spirit's telling me right now. There's something coming right around the corner for you that you don't see that's going to help to alleviate a lot of your stress. It could be some kind of a windfall. It could be some kind of a raise or an upgrade or a breakthrough of some kind. That's what it feels like, honestly. It's like the support you're getting is going to help you to have some kind of a breakthrough. Look at that, the Fool card. It's freedom. It's freedom to be worry-free, carefree. The fertility, it's like the Pan energy and the Fool energy are really kind of giving me the same vibe here. It's like the freedom to live life carelessly is kind of what the phrase that just came up in my head. So it's almost like, you know, the energy of Pan is just kind of like, I go where I want based on what I feel. And if I want to go here, I'm going to eat these lush berries. If I want to go here, I'm going to, you know, drink from this fresh stream. If I want to go here, I'm going to spend some time with my friends. It's like very luxurious, carefree, easygoing. It's like free spirit type of life. And that's what I'm seeing here with the Fool card. If you've been worried about your home, your security, your stability, your money, something to do with being a little bit more of, I just got the word vagabond, maybe being a little bit more transient or maybe being a bit more carefree is going to help you. You know, this is funny that this is coming up. I had a feeling that this might come up in one of the readings. So Spirit's calling me to tell you this because it is an example for me. So I've been really stressed and worried about money lately because I'm transitioning right now in my business. Spirit told me I can't take clients anymore because my energy won't support it. I was starting to have physical health issues as a result of doing energy work for other people and kind of draining myself in the process. And so I've been very, very concerned about money. You know, I don't feel very fertile. How am I going to make this work? How am I going to afford rent? Those kinds of things. And as a result, not having the money has kind of cut me off from hanging out with friends and doing things I want to do, because it's like, you know, you don't want to have to be spending money on gas or going out to eat or something like that. And what Spirit actually just called me to is that I may be going on some kind of a road trip where I'm giving up my physical apartment and I'm going to live on the road as a bit of a vagabond for a while to help save money and to build my business here on YouTube. So to those of you that resonates with, or that is a confirmation to, then take it. If that does not resonate with you and that is not something that you've already been getting signals and signs of, then that's not for you. But there are people here in this reading who that's going to resonate with, because I'm getting this feeling of like home versus travel. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that same thing. Maybe you're not, you know, switching to van life or something like that. Maybe it's just going on a vacation or taking some time off to be able to feel very carefree and to maybe travel somewhere, maybe go on a road trip, something like that. So, but it's connecting with the Fool energy. That's really the core of this. It's being free. And it's so funny because even in this card, he's free because he doesn't have a lot of baggage. He doesn't take a lot with him. He's able to just explore and go where he wants. And so he's got his stick with his little bag of stuff. And it's funny because I watched Wild right before doing this reading, the movie Wild with Reese Witherspoon, based on the story of what is her name? Catherine Strayed or something? I can't remember now. But anyway, and it's just all about like picking up and going off on an adventure, and kind of, you know, she didn't necessarily have that sense of fertility and that carefreeness, but it's the feeling of being able to just go where you want to go when you want to go. And it's funny because I was driving home a couple weeks ago and I saw a man literally with a stick and a bag just like this. I was like, oh my God, that's like the Fool card. That guy's like the real life fool. It was so funny. And then that was, you know, all of the lead up to this moment of them telling me that I'm going to be making this kind of a transition in my life. Anyway, back to you guys. You've got the Five of Wands, the Sun card reversed, the Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Wow. Holy cow. So yeah, the high priestess here is like you've got a spiritual calling of some kind. That's why I feel like you're poised on the verge of achieving something great here. Really, these two tens are speaking of this massive like completion. You're about to see the results or the fruits of your labors. If you've been putting a lot of effort or time or money into something or energy into something, you're going to see the outcome of that. I see that it's also going to give you an opportunity for this new beginning. So as things close out, new things come about, and you're guiding yourself through the process, or you're being guided through the process by a lot of spiritual support. So like your intuition, your higher self, your angels, your guides, they're all really, really clearly communicating with you is what I see here. Even though maybe sometimes it feels like the sun is not shining in your life, if you're worried, that can influence how you're perceiving things. You might feel like there's conflict or there's challenges, but ultimately it's actually going to be for your benefit. Like this is going to pay off for you. Think of this as an investment. It's an investment in the future. It's an investment in achieving these things that you're seeking. So if you haven't achieved these yet, then this new phase of your journey, which is, there's going to be some obstacles, there's going to be some things to learn, there's going to be some things to balance out here, but it's going to relieve a lot of stress, and it's going to give you the opportunity to really experience freedom and self-direction in a way that maybe you haven't in the past. That's going to create a lot of a sense of fertility, and then of course it's going to remove the worry, so you're not going to feel quite as I just heard landlocked. So if you feel trapped, if you feel stuck, if you feel like stagnant in some way, it's going to really bring back the vigor and the vitality in your life, because you can do what you want when you want, kind of thing. So maybe this is like a corporate job or some kind of a very stable job that has given you that sense of stability financially, but emotionally it's trapping you. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe emotionally you're very free you have lots of time, but you don't have any money. So like me, you can't really do much. And that feels like a trap as well. It's like kind of like the Princess Jasmine versus Aladdin type of dynamic, where they both felt trapped, but they were completely on opposite ends of the spectrum. One feeling trapped in a gilded cage and one being trapped in poverty. So it's kind of like this opposite end of those duality spectrums that I'm seeing here. And whichever end you happen to fall on, it's like you're poised right now to make a very significant change. All you need to do is trust your intuition and lean on that support that you're getting from the angels, because they're going to be providing you with things, is what I'm seeing. Like they're going to offer up things that are going to help you feel more fertile, that are going to reduce stress, help you to see things more clearly, and balance things out. And in regard to that balance that you're able to achieve, well, then what you'll do is be able to reinvest that in yourself in some way. So whether that's reinvesting in yourself emotionally or financially or spiritually or all of the above, it's like I see you guys really being able to make a change in your life in a very positive way. So I do feel like there's an ending here that's happening, or rather a new beginning. And those really can't be separated, because as a new beginning comes about, there needs to be an ending. Like it necessitates an ending, because that's what allows the new beginning to happen. But that new beginning, it's like this full energy, which is the brand new fresh start, is leading you to these two tens, the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, the most beautiful tens in the deck. So I see this happening over a period of time. It might be months or years, but it's like the beginning of it now that you're poised on the verge of is going to lead you in the right direction, and there's going to be a lot of support along the way. Let me see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to bring through here for you, group number 3. Don't fear your growth is what they just said. They said, don't fear your growth. Don't resist the growth cycle. Yes, it's uncomfortable for the seed to break open and for that root to start shooting out. Yes, it's uncomfortable for the plant right before it's about to breach the surface of the soil. Yes, it's uncomfortable when it rains on the plant, but it needs that to be able to grow. So this is kind of what they're showing me here. And sometimes the sun gets too hot. It's like sometimes the conditions are not ideal, but it's all ultimately for the purpose of growth. And that's what they're saying here, is that even though things might be a little bit seemingly imbalanced, they're actually not, and they're working themselves out for you to help you to take a leap of faith of some kind, to help you to manifest a change in your life that's going to be very, very long-standing, very stable, and create the results that you're looking for in regard to your emotional fulfillment. And I just heard financial freedom as well. Okay, now let's get the Astro Dice. So I'm going to roll this 3 times to get some significant lucky numbers for you, group number 3, in addition to the 444 that you chose as your significator. So let's take a look. You have the number 10. Yep, 10, 10, 10. Look at these 10s. Oh my God, yeah, it's the completion of a cycle. It's getting to the end and being able to look back and say, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. And it's like a big level up. So it's almost like in the movie Wild when, you know, she goes on this journey and she's like, what have I done, when she starts hiking the trail with that huge pack on her back, and like 5 seconds in and she's like, you know, you can turn back at any time. You know, you don't have to do this, but she keeps going because she has this calling and she knows that it's going to give her this spiritual advancement, this like spiritual healing that she needs. And by the end of it, you know, she's done this great thing, this massive achievement for herself, and it's helped her to work through a lot of the emotional things that she carried with her in terms of baggage. You know, she's able to let a lot of it go and walk away a lot freer, not just literally because of the pack being so huge and heavy. You know, it's like she's actually a lot freer at the end of that journey because she's been able to release a lot of that pain and get a sense of accomplishment because she achieved something, you know, something big, something great. She challenged herself and it was hard and it was painful, but she did it and she overcame and she accomplished. And that is like the long-term success that you might have to fight for a little bit here, but it's going to be worth it, and you're going to get the support you need on the way. You're going to be protected as well. Okay, so 10. Oh my God, 10 again. 10, 10. You got to be kidding me. Holy crap, you guys. You know, it's funny, I've been seeing 10:10 recently. Like every time I look at the clock, it's 10:10, 10:10 a.m., 10:10 p.m. And I see 10:10 everywhere. And it's like these two 10s. Yep. You guys are, if you're seeing 10:10, that's why. It's a new beginning. It's an ending that leads to a new beginning, and vice versa. You're like cycling through. They're also telling me it's about manifestation and creation. So 1 being about intention and new awareness, and 0 being about the void. It's like anything can come from the void. It's like the primordial realm where everything springs from, and it's through intention and it's through focus and it's through action that we bring things out of that. So it's like there's potential here that you are just about to tap into. That's why you're poised. You're poised right on the verge. You're about to tap into it. Crystals might be important here to help you or to guide you through this as well. So tune into different crystals that call to you at different times and use your high priestess abilities to be able to intuitively guide yourself through this process. Okay, so 10, 10. Okay, I was like, if it's 10 again, I'm going to, crap my pants. But anyways, you've got the number 3. So the 3 here talking about expression, expansion, a new beginning, or creative project, can be about working with other people as well. It's like community and collaboration. 3 can also be the Ascended Masters. So working with the Ascended Masters and having this information come from beyond the veil. So maybe doing some meditation or studying some kind of an esoteric text or something like that could be helpful. Working with crystals, again, like they are sort of like Ascended Masters. They give you information, they help you heal. So finding what sparks your joy is also a message I'm getting from number 3 here. So finding what sparks your joy, your creativity, and following that path, because that's what the Fool does. He follows his heart. He just, he takes those leaps of faith, first of all, because he doesn't really know any better, but also because he feels the calling. So it's the same thing. And another analogy another metaphor from the movie Wild, where she really doesn't know what she's doing when she starts out to go and hike the trail. She's not an experienced hiker. She did not train for this. She doesn't even really know what she's in for, but she does it anyway because she feels that calling. So it's like that sense of inexperienced sort of foolhardiness that, puts you in the position to actually do this thing that logically maybe doesn't make sense. Maybe because, you didn't prepare or you don't know what you're doing, but you feel the soul call, and so you do it and you learn along the way. You learn and you manifest and you create and you find a way to balance and you overcome the challenges and you learn to trust yourself. Really, it's like what you can't see with the conscious mind, you can start to feel intuitively and trust your intuition. And that is what will lead to the fertility. That is what will lead to the release of this worry and the culmination of this manifestation of the abundance, because that's what I see there with those two 10s. So 10, 10, and 3, group number 3, this is looking really good for you. You are coming up on something very, very profound that's going to be long lasting and very, very fertile in your life. So I am wishing you all of the best on this new phase of your journey, whatever that happens to look like. And I hope this reading served and supported you on that path. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I so appreciate you contributing your energy to the readings and allowing me to pull cards for you. So we will see you in the next reading. Bye.